but it wasn't actually off at all. So I wonder if that does just help players kind of find the balance, and kind of everyone's suddenly their floor and the skill level gets a bit raised, because that was the thing I think coming into CS2 that everyone was kind of complaining about. They were saying it feels like it's a lot easier to kind of come in to CS and be a lot more competent. I don't really think that's going to be the case. We have to see how it plays out, though. sAw versus PARIVISION. This one's underway now.
Jumping into the first map, as mentioned, the map pick of PARIVISION. So up in the top right corner, Overpass. So sAw starting on that favored CT side. We've got a double dual Beretta setup. Not uncommon, brought into play. And we get the classic spamming the inspect key of the butterfly knife. The lovely sound that we absolutely adore hearing at the start of every round. Interestingly, going for a bit of a connector play. Decoy in hand for Jerry. Like he's going to maybe use that like a flashbang potentially, but no, just going to be contacting through. Stories dual Berettas, ready for a contact through short. A very standard from sAw on the defense.
Yeah, they are biding their time. But I like this. Look, controlling towards party, controlling towards toilet as well. Aragorn will have first contact. Probably instead, it's Roman. Gets aggressive, finds Raging, and that also baits in the fact that Aragorn potentially isn't here. So suddenly you've got this deep crossfire setup, and PARIVISION are stuck.
Aragorn just going to walk around the corner, easy as you like it. 2 in a row, bomb dropped as well. Those kills could not have come more simply for him. Picks the perfect moment to swing around the corner. Back turn, headshots found. Rostos strikes as well, and xsepower, well, he's wondering where all of his teammates have gone. He has quite a few seconds on the clock to keep thinking about it.
Really good round out of sAw. Just, I wondered if they were going to take this aggression. We had this conversation before we went live, and we're immediately seeing it in the pistol. It is controlled, and it's quite layered. The contact taken from Roman baits and Aragorn perfectly. xsepower will find one, but look, it's 25 seconds. And there's so many players just surrounding the bomb. This one feels impossible, and it is. He is out of there immediately. We'll try for a couple more kills, but we'll only connect on towards Story. sAw, with 3 up, take the pistol.
Very nice. Keeping 3 alive. A little bit of armor. I think there might have been a bit of a scathing blow onto one of those players, so do have to repurchase the head armor. But Aragorn gets himself an M4 with head armor and utility. That's a great way to start things off. 3 MP9s in the mix, but they're going up against Glocks, so ideally get those ones up in the grills of PARIVISION. Get a barbecue cooking.
Interesting to see Aragorn playing so well since he came into sAw, because before he was on Los Alpacas, which is just like this Portuguese mix. Before that was on GTZ, who are, I'll be honest, like one of the feeder teams for teams like For The Win and for sAw. And he wasn't normally the best performer on that roster. So the fact he's come in, he's playing with confidence, he's using this as an audition tape as well. It's really cool to see. Back turned, MP9 gets removed, but the bomb's been dropped outside the front of Monster. So this round is still incredibly difficult for PARIVISION. One objective in mind, and that is damage.
1 kill. M4 gets thrown over to the low HP player just so you can get the MP9s up close. Try and maximize the money. Alright, where are PARIVISION up to? They're hoping maybe they can catch someone. Find another kill. If they all just come through heaven, I mean, it's being held for, but 3 players bursting out of heaven, it's probably not something you're exactly expecting. So, especially with Rostos being low and being maybe the first point of contact as you come around there, there's a chance that you can maybe get another kill.
There's real potential, but I don't know. It feels a bit unlikely. 25 seconds. This has to be considered by sAw at some stage. You can see that Rostos is glancing at it. They always know that this round isn't going to be a victory for PARIVISION, and Rostos actually finds both. That MP9 of ewjerkz or Aragorn can become that A4. Only 2 casualties, not the end of the world. A very solid defense so far from sAw.
Yeah, it's alright. I mean, I prefer not to lose 2 to Glocks, but it's about how you expect that round to go. Not much more to say on it, but what you can say is that xsepower's have to get the AWP out in the first gun round to the T side.
Okay. I don't mind it. There's a lot of long range angles you can take, especially on Overpass. And especially where he's uncontested at the moment, it's going to be a key feature piece, trying to open things up. But Story gets aggressive over towards Playground instead, alongside Roman. PARIVISION have got control in towards Connector, but it might not matter, because Saw have got all of this space. And now they want this fight. X5 spotted out immediately. Remember, xsepower still here with the AWP, but the nade obscures vision. And now he can't get back on the sight line. Missed shot. And now he's completely isolated from his team.
Not just get a kill during all of that fray, but traded out, and you can saw the aggression over towards Monster as well. Does comes out ahead in that engagement. A little bit worse for wear, but Saw have the advantage. xsepower, a little bit sad for him. Had a couple of opportunities there to find the kill, right? And just couldn't quite hit the shot. Now you don't have the element of surprise that you got the AWP. You've revealed your play, and that's going to affect how Saw leave these setups. They're not going to be kind of holding any of these defaulty angles being visible to the peaks from the AWP. So he just tucked in towards long as Story, and he's going to be the contact here. He's going to hear all of this. I think you would have heard Ration then. Yeah, there's an adjustment from Aragon to come around and support long, so that's definitely been commed across. Story, the shadow, gives him the advantage, but can't quite adjust onto Jerry. Aragon slips on through. PARIVISION can still work their way into this.
Out. Roman on the edge. Any more of that? I want to hold on to the AWP. I'm just going to tuck tail and run. Coming out long, though, isn't really the place I'd expect him to save this, but he will get away with it. It is okay.
Got a little bit scary for him, that. But now you know that there's an orphan player that's been saved on over. And Story decides, you know what, I'm gonna have one of my own. Gonna come out ahead, picks up his, and it's just gonna be that around Deagles and a Tech 9. So we'll see what xsepower can get done. A boost is a great way to start off the AWP, but unfortunately misses it immediately and decides he doesn't want to remount it. The opportunity's gone. If he'd actually gone to remount it, look where Story's sitting. I think that is heaven. So that either means that Story was holding for that boost, which he probably was, right? Yeah, he was definitely holding for it if you think about it. Knowing that an AWP was saved over and they can't buy rifles around it, you'd expect that boost. Now they're going to try long again. Story is in the neighborhood to keep an eye on it, holding a bit more of a passive angle, but he is keeping an eye on the angle. Let's be careful he doesn't get timed here. That would be the biggest issue, but a good jump spot. That's going to get the info. Roman might be the one that gets the contact. Nice shot into Jerry. Just as he crossed over, head revealed. All fires off, so now we know there is a defensive one here. Roman sharp again. Removes X5. Sorry, not even needed. Roman's doing it all. Knocking them down one by one. xsepower wants to give it a go, but it's 4 headshots to Roman. A fantastic quad kill and 4 rounds for Saw as well.
Oh, maybe the prediction is just a little bit wrong. This is very flat from PARIVISION, it has to be said. They're not being direct, and it's because Saw are setting the tempo. They're being very aggressive when they're sort of taking these fights out towards Playground, fighting towards Connector, as we saw in the last round. This one, you're still establishing crossfires, but with that being said, what you are doing is having them a lot more forward-facing. This smoke that keeps getting thrown every round is really disrupting PARIVISION.
I gotta learn that. That's so cool. Throwing it from dice. But it goes that far? That's such a CS2 smoke. We love it. Decent timing on the spam, but does elude the players. And this is very A-focused from PARIVISION early.
Yeah, this time they've got ahead of all of this early utility, and they're trying to disrupt sAw, and they're trying to call the bluff. And it is working, because take a look out long. They've got a lot of space here, but because of this forward toilet setup, it means you can have a player stand in towards the front of the bomb site and can hold off long instead. Aragorn takes a more passive route at the moment, because Roman's now about to clear this side. xsepower, that's the bomb. Really, you need to be careful. There's so many players here. And somehow, it nets in Roman finding 1 kill. Raging incredibly low, ewjerkz will get mollied off just by sheer luck. But that molly bouncing a bit awkwardly.
Yeah, molly was weird. It was obviously meant to go behind him, and he would have copped a lot of flames. Again, that molly is just not it. So that little changes to Overpass, little extra little bits of terrain over there in the roof, but all story. Nice shot. Catches xsepower on the jump over. I think he was legged through, the edge of the railing. Very nicely done. Gives them the 2-man advantage, and there are not a lot of seconds left. 10 seconds as they enter the site. The bomb is dropped. Story hits another xsepower. No chance here. Rosdos makes it so, and this is domination from sAw.
This is domination from sAw, and also just lack of kills from PARIVISION. All of those fights that were one-on-ones could have been taken by PARIVISION, but weren't. sAw are on top of their game. They have come into the server swinging right now, and it is so awkward and so difficult for PARIVISION to get involved into the game. 30 seconds now being taken to speak about things, kind of settle in. And for Jerry, it's 30 seconds to say, guys, just calm down. We called the bluff, we walked long, but they didn't do anything with the space, which I thought was really interesting. They took a lot of control deep, but they didn't have a player that was maybe lurking going over there. They wanted to reset in towards toilets, but because that setup was so far forward, and I think where xsepower got caught with the bomb in towards connector, although he didn't die, it sent PARIVISION to a little bit of a tailspin.
Yeah, it's really interesting to take all that space and then just not capitalize on it. All the mind games that are taking place, and well, after all of that A, we're going B, and sAw, they're happy to keep their deep hold over here. They've got 3 players and the AWP in heaven, so plenty to deal with a fast B play. Into short, utility to support the Tech 9 charging on in. There's just 1 rifle to support flashbangs. This is gonna be fast. Popping them in. Second one comes over the top, but ewjerkz standing strong in towards short. Makes sure that they are not getting in.
Yeah, none whatsoever. Good utility from PARIVISION, but unfortunately haven't really got the weaponry to accommodate it. And flashbang's just not as effective as they would have hoped for. Good displacement with the mollies, but ultimately ewjerkz is still there. They look to reset up connector. Objective here is the bomb plant, but they're being peppered through the wall as well by Aragorn. This is tough. And once it feels like the primary objective of the round for PARIVISION has failed, they're clutching and scratching their heads thinking, well, what can we do? Plan B, it's resetting up towards A, but this is all very telegraphed. sAw have got 2 players here already.
Yeah, why wouldn't you, when you got this 2-player advantage? I love the decision from ewjerkz just to get ahead of the flashbangs there as well, knowing that they're always going to be popping deeper than that position close short. The M4A4 at that range, devastating. Nice shot from xsepower. He's been the one hitting the shots, but story's off. Oh, it is fast, it is quick, and it does the job. 3 quick frags completely shuts out PARIVISION.
And completely shuts me up as well. We're talking about pre-game, we're saying, oh, well, maybe that for sAw and for Story, he's got a lot on his mind, he's thinking about things. But I tell you what, they're playing a lot looser of a style here. Especially by sAw's standards. This is the most aggressive I've seen out of sAw. This is the most free-flowing I've seen out of sAw as well. There is structure behind all of the chaos and all the madness, but it feels like Story has just said to his team, whatever you feel like doing, give it a go. You've got my blessing. Early utility out the gate again for PARIVISION, but they don't go off initially. They're waiting for aggression, and it's not coming in. Instead, again, it's up A. Raging gets chunks taken out of him.
Yeah, great grenade. Just goes deep through that smoke. No way you can know that it's coming. And this is straight up B hit. You can see that they were assembling for it. 4 players over here early. 5th comes to join him. Now there are only 2 players on the side itself. They opted for this 3-player lean towards A with Story over there. Aragorn's deep in the connector, but Jerry entering into B already. Charging on in, trying to overwhelm. Great defensive smoke. Battle will say getting behind it. Raging, catching him through the smoke, but Aragorn standing strong. That is.
Oh.
He has to fall back. Utility is fantastic. Throws it all in from short, unleashes his load, and Raging is left in crispy nothingness. But caught on that flank through. 2 versus 2. And a pause from PARIVISION.
The thing is, though, this does 2 things. It makes sAw unsettled, but also it lets them burrow deeper in these corners. Roman, now holding for short, x5. If he drops the bomb, that would be everything, but Roman caught on the timing. And now it's Story left to clutch up. 1 player already in the bomb site in xsepower. The Story, again, has the opportunity to deny the bomb. Crossed over, not spotted by either party. This is awkward.
I don't think they know he's there. Oh, he's looking for it. It's so close. Doesn't want to hold too aggressive a line in case the peek comes through. Spots the head. I think he spotted the crossback as well, but that's so difficult for him to go for. Doesn't have the kit now. I'm sure there is one. I thought maybe he was going to consider just a look in from heaven, but... Okay, no, he's going to go to the more passive line. No, he's just out of there. I'm surprised he doesn't try and give that a bit more of a look in. He had info on both players, but playing the more conservative approach.
I don't mind it. You know how fragile economy is, especially by MR12 standards. I know you've won 6 in a row, but ultimately, you just want to preserve and you just want to make sure that every buy you've got moving forward towards the tail end of this first half will pack a little bit more of a punch to it. Good work by PARIVISION. This time the utility, it really affects sAw. They get overwhelmed, especially in towards water. And then once they got that space, they immediately pump the brakes. They wait for a mistake to come out of the defense. It comes with Roman and his timing. X5 on the really late lurk after dispatching of Aragorn. Anticipating there's probably another player there. This time, look at this from sAw. 3 players starting over at A early. Story looking to set up the rifles.
KT forward to give a bit of a peek there for Roman, but not spotting out anyone that he can shoot at, so he's going to reposition out towards long. Story steps in place towards Banana. So again, this 3-player lean towards A. I mean, it even worked out when that straight B execute came through, even though they weren't able to close the round. They were able to stand tall on B with just the 2 defenders. Keeping this heavier lean over here is looking like it will be the better option, given that PARIVISION now route back over towards A.
But you are going into this AWP, especially with that incendiary missing. There was an opportunity, but the missed AWP shot still baits in the rifle. And there's another player here as well, but it might just be all Aragorn. 2 kills immediately. Roman on the long side of the toilets might be backstabbed by Raging, and will be. That alleviates pressure, but the bomb is ultimately down. And look at Story. He's got the AWP for goodness sake, and he's still trapping them in towards the toilets. I don't think we're ready for Belcher knock. Oh, never mind, he is. What a round.
How is he ready for that? That's so quick from Story. He's been lights out. Oh, flashbang, not quite what they wanted, but he's able to force Story back. He's going to retreat to a nicer angle. If he can get around that corner in time. Yep, able to hopscotch away. And look at time. I mean, they've won the round. It's not possible for PARIVISION to win with 10 seconds left. They can't even get the bomb physically there. sAw not even letting them get close to a bomb site right now. Just with these aggressive posturing, taking the fights. I'm kind of shocked at the way PARIVISION played that. Like, how do they not expect someone to be connector? At no point did they clear that position. They didn't really have anyone posturing there at all. They put a bit of presence outside of B early, I think, but all of it, the rest of the pressure was out towards A, towards long, sitting kind of behind playground. At no point were they ready for that swing from the rifler. xsepower was just charging forward with the AWP in hand to get to a more aggressive angle in Banana. It's kind of surprising to me.
I think it's where the Molotovs missed, and also you've got the AWP taking the contact. You're just looking to close him down, and the flashbang comes over the top from ewjerkz as soon as that contact is initially taken from Aragorn. So even if you're looking that way, you're going to be full blind. Really good layering. Support network of utility was really on point there. But you're right, probably some heavier prioritization towards connector needed. This time will be taken by PARIVISION. This is the most aggressive I've seen Story play. And a justification for that is he's one of the most clutch players for sAw. If you take a look at their tournament history, especially towards the back end of 2022, early 2023, he was one of the most clutch players. Would always find himself in that position where he'd have the opportunity to close the round. This time he's closing the round, but he's always on the front foot.
Send a big thank you to PARIVISION right now for that smoke. It's given him a bit of a one-way to work over. What a great setup they've got here. Roman holding out towards long. Story is forced off that angle by that Molotov, and he's spotting the smokes coming on through, so he's ready for this hit. Roman out long, gets a nice kill on duration. Now he can come back to support if needed. Story's going aggressive. He's charging on through, the flashbang in, gets the headshot with the ult for next 5, and he's out of there. 2 easy kills for sAw. Roman not overextending. PARIVISION desperately looking for a fight, and when they find one, it does not go their way. sAw is back for more as well. Getting aggressive, the bomb not even being planted yet. sAw is chasing him down with the AWP. This is a man on a mission, and that mission is to ruin PARIVISION's night.
This is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous out of sAw. They are taking every risk, every liberty. They want to have every single engagement, and they are feeling confident right now. I mean, 8-1 is dominant. Also, sAw, statistically on Overpass, sure, we're not in CSGO anymore, we're in CS2, and it's their first game officially in CS2. But they're not good on the T side normally. So every single one of these rounds is a premium. The fact that this half can end at a worse 8-4, but better, we're looking at what, 10-2? 9-3. Like, it is wild. Another pause being used already. That's the second one used out of PARIVISION. If this game runs deep, if they're able to bring it back on the CT side, they've only got one 30-second breather left.
I think that play from Story when he self-flashed himself in front of that smoke, that's the sort of play I think kind of says a lot about where we're at in this map. Like, you don't make that sort of play normally. That's something you make when you're just absolutely feeling your confidence, you're feeling the flow, you're playing this looser style of Counter-Strike, and you just know that you are better in this server right now. That's when you go for a play like that. And, well, it looked fantastic. sAw looking great.
There he is, holding for that boost again. That isn't quite coming in, and when things don't work for PARIVISION, they reset and they try and go B. And this is noted by sAw. Again, with this aggressive setup, Rosdos finds the open xsepower. That was the AWP that was brought forward into the round. It's been removed early.
Wanted to get aggressive and short, one of the few angles where you can get a nice angle to catch off a CT early on, and not quite able to find it. The jumping AWP from Story spots out Belshanoff as well, so he's dodging spam. And lines up ewjerkz, who gets the kill and just about gets away. Sticking around as well. The confidence right now is just brimming for this team.
They want to fight. Look at this. This is without any utility. They're just pushing. They've taken the space. Rosdos.
He just keeps going.
Look at ewjerkz. What? He's just in the pipe. He's 20 HP.
He got away.
What on earth is going on?
This is no respect Counter-Strike. This is playing
Men
loose.
against
Oh
boys.
my god. Rosdos, what? Come on. Give him a chance. They're not giving him a chance. They're pushing smokes. X5 getting aggressive, but the Galil does get the kill. Yeah, you want to say that up. Story doesn't want you to.
Oh, okay.
Nice kill. Round's done though, and they can afford to keep a look in. May as well send the bodies at it. They've got the money. Don't allow this AWP to get saved over.
It won't.
Ooh, nice kill.
It might.
Dink comes through. Surely X5 doesn't survive. Yeah, he's done for, and after time as well. They've opened the wound and they have tipped an entire mine of salt in there.
You speak about the aggressive plays and you say, well, they wouldn't be making them if they were not feeling confident. That one from ewjerkz is just so disgusting.
I can't believe that.
But they're not being punished for it, so why would you not? PARIVISION's map pick, by the way, that's important to note. Didn't think it was going to be a 2-0 coming into this. At the moment, this looks like the most one-sided game of Challenger League I've watched all season.
This is the map pick of PARIVISION as well.
Yep.
I was a little concerned. Oh, okay. That's an opener. Story not ready for that angle. I think with the door open, he expected the kill to come from connector. xi peeks around the corner, gets out of there with the AWP as well. xsepower is able to upgrade. Roman did fire one back. That was over towards Banana. And you just know, ewjerkz wants to keep fighting.
What?
Bit of damage through the smoke as well.
There's still opportunities here. Look at the space that they have got out Monster. Like, they are in. Flashbangs are good, but the counter ones are even better. Jerry will find 2 kills, trying to lead by example here. 2 versus 3. The Aragorn's not smoked off heaven.
HE is going to be pretty good. Clears out the space, and the swing xsepower. He needed to hit that shot, but at least belchnock hits his. Roman has 1 versus 3 on his hands. I might just consider saving 1 more round to play, and his teammates don't have the best money, so if he can keep this one, he can buy an AWP. Full story. So he is going to give this one over. PARIVISION are able to get their 2nd round on this T side. They can get the 3rd. There is an opportunity to come back. You mentioned sAw's struggles on the T side, so there's definitely precedent for PARIVISION to make that comeback, but it is going to be difficult. Oh, xsepower. Might not need to save the AWP. It's being given over. You don't need to buy one. Just upgrade one for free.
Yeah, comebacks are a lot more possible as well in CS2. Less rounds, more status on the economy as well. You get a pistol and suddenly things are looking a little bit better. There are opportunities. Obviously, it's going to be very difficult for PARIVISION. And you start to question their designs on this T side, because look what happens there. Jerry takes space, gets a lot of the control. Immediately they start accelerating off it. sAw aren't ready for PARIVISION to be that close up. They win out their gunfights this time. Rostos fumbles a flash, which really doesn't help things. Neither does that team knife.
Yeah, just getting the left clicks in. Didn't expect the player on top of his head to get a bit of a knife to the toe. This is looking a little bit more aggressive. This is what PARIVISION need. They need to be taking some of these fights, because when they just sit back, sAw are trying to run them down, taking full advantage of the peeker's advantage. Fast out long as well. Although I think belchnock was spotted and fell back. xi gets the opener though. That was in towards short. A bit of aggression punished.
Aragorn's going to be careful here. Instead, he's going to push the issue, but this time belchnock holding a much more passive line. They're expecting it now, PARIVISION. Finally learning. Finally growing into the game, but is it too little too late? Lurk smoke comes in. That's trying to feign presence, but in actual fact, Jerry wants to take the troops up A instead. A Rostos story. Trying to fend off against the whole lot. And for a Rostos, it's tricky. But he's just creeping his way through these smokes. belchnock walks right past him. It's still possible, but the bomb is committing B.
Yeah, it's a little uncomfortable, but if you can find these kills, yeah, suddenly you're in a 2-on-3. It was a 2-on-5. Story gets on down, the bomb is going to be planted. There's a kill on Rostose, but getting it there with low HP, that's going to be tricky. A lack of util. Flames forward in a great position from the T's. See, they're already in towards CT, X5. With a very aggressive position. Flames come forward, Story can get ahead of them and hits the shot. Enticing the beast forward, and he's off the leash currently. Arathos caught on the jump over. Has to be Story, and xsepower swings 3 rounds for PARIVISION, but will it be enough?
Oh, second half coming at you immediately. And we've got xSepower finding the first kill. It's so crucial that PARIVISION win this round, and they've already taken a lot of space here out towards short. Finding the opener is essential, and that was really deep. Look at where the X is on the map.
xSepower delivering X's. That's his whole thing. That flash was not what was wanted, and they have the info because Radiant is in towards short, so they can have a third player over here to defend. It's going to be difficult and well made, more so. 2 quick headshots from the USPs. PARIVISION looking to keep this one clean. Not a lick of damage done. That is the perfect way to start their CT campaign.
Exactly what they needed as well. Just making sure that they're able to claim the pistol. It's normally a 2-for-1. Because sAw won't invest into this. They'll just be looking for the bomb plant.
I was looking at... Sorry, I know you're making a cool point. I was just looking at their guns. I was like, okay, yeah. Because no one took any damage. They got head armor really cheap, and they had 4 M4s. And I was like, oh, I wonder what X5's going to buy. Yes, 3K. And he buys an auto shotgun. It just wasn't what I expected.
But it's in the perfect position to find a lot of money. So...
Yeah,
hopefully...
I mean, the idea, right, you're going up against Glocks, so you can absolutely farm with it.
I hope it's rewarded. I hope it doesn't just come back to bite them. I'm sure it won't. Very patient from sAw. Waiting, biding time. Just being happy to be here in round 14.
Well, you're not going to waste any utility because PARIVISION don't have any. You still have money to buy their little guns. They're not little, they're big. Big boy guns.
They've heard the smoke and they're like, yes!
There it is.
That's exactly what we wanted.
Jerry's got the last bit in his hands.
I'm just going to go through it here.
Water shotgun at the ready. 1, 2. 2. Alright. That pays for itself. Almost.
Yeah. Well, yeah. True. He could buy an AWP, but then he wouldn't have armor. He gets a drop. Okay. Sure. Makes sense. Everyone's balancing out the economy. First gun round here for sAw, and they were looking very dominant. But now when the shoe's on the other foot and it's PARIVISION to potentially set the pace on the defense, I wonder if they're going to give sAw a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how aggressive it is. Heavy B early. That's a T-smoke in towards connector. I don't know where that was thrown from. I think Roman must have thrown it when he dropped down.
This is
They're going
fast.
fast, straight on through. Straight into the crosshairs of ewjerkz, but ewjerkz is going to find his kill. ewjerkz trying to find space, trying to find kills, but ewjerkz has found 2. xSepower steps in for 1, but ewjerkz is on a tear. That's a triple. A massive entry. There's a flank coming through. Radiant is going to be there very quickly towards Monster, and the potential that Roman might get exposed. Jerry's trying to make a lot of noise. That's a great HE. Distracting from Radiant's push. And now you're not expecting it. Not at this moment. No way. Radiant should have a freebie if he comes around, but Roman continues forward. Jerry's giving him the space to work with, and Radiant's not finding a single thing. The clock is ticking. They need to find the kills. There's one on the story, one onto Roman, and it's all onto ewjerkz. Has to be the ace from him, and he might have just done it. All 5 kills. Fantastic from him. 3 HP to survive with, but 5 on his tally.
That's so awkward for the flank. I mean, it just feels like PARIVISION are doing everything they can to try and win these rounds. And as soon as Monster's being pushed, both players going towards water. Fair play to ewjerkz, though, having to swivel, adjust, time not on side for PARIVISION, and unfortunately, it up. We'll just give them an uneven fight, and that's exactly what happened. Scout in play for xSepower, a couple of M4s, but it is nowhere near the competent buy that it was before.
It's not quite that second round 4 and 4s, is it? I mean, it's a little bit weakened for sAw as well, as you can see. There's M4s in the hands of Ration in a fairly aggressive position towards the connector. He's looking to walk out through the smoke, and oh, he's catching a bit of flak through the smoke. And they escape. Alright. They managed to all get out. That's kind of funny.
4 players B, and now you just get 1 rotating back. That's so awkward. It's incredible to me how passive saw a play in this with double Mag 10. They didn't fight for short control. They just chilled. Now they'll be looking to take it in the mid-round. It looks like the bomb's going to make its way over towards B. It's a split, and there's a 3rd player for PARIVISION rotating up towards A. This is the perfect moment to strike.
Roman jumping up and down, doing his best kangaroo impression. Nice swing off the flashbang. Does a good damage onto Aragon. They're up close. The MP9 getting in the faces. The Deagle swings in for one as well. The How to Thor stay in the back lines. Dealt with by X5 eventually. Keeping that advantage there. Story bringing the bomb forward. There's going to be Ration in towards the connector coming on through. So this is difficult. Made worse. Story has to find 3. He's about to get flanked on through the spray. Oh my god. Story almost makes it happen, but he wasn't ready for Ration. That long-range spray was something special, but it wasn't quite enough. And it will be 6 for PARIVISION.
Finally, the flank comes through for PARIVISION, but at what cost? Because if you're sAw, surely you invest here. You're on 1st stage loss bonus anyway. You have to... Well, 2nd stage, but you got to buy. You know that you've whittled them down. Taking a time out to think about things. I think it's so much more sensible if you go for the investment here because you know that PARIVISION are on their last legs. If you win this round, suddenly they have to eco. They'll be playing up against map point. And Roman's made that decision. ewjerkz joins him. This is the right call.
Yeah, you'll get out 2 AKs alongside these Galils. Story can definitely buy one. Aragon will go a little bit wanting, but not the biggest of deals. And yeah, as you mentioned, PARIVISION, they're by not in a dissimilar place. The main advantage for them being that xsepower does have the AWP. So we'll see what he can get done on this CT side. Has the worst spawn possible for the AWP. I don't think it gets worse than this. You can't really comfortably go for a peek anywhere, which kind of sucks. But see what he can get done with it. We've got the auto shotgun as well, back in the hands of X5.
This time, fast play for sAw out short. And up con. So much spam being done. And that's Roman with the bomb. He's got to be a little bit careful here, but take a look at the progression that sAw have made, especially out towards long. They've now got all of this space. They've cleared connector as well. xsepower will come toe-to-toe with these players, and the boost has completely eluded him.
Yeah, that timing is a little uncomfortable, but xsepower most likely going to repeat this position. Now, can ewjerkz hit this shot? With the Galil, quite tricky. Yeah, this comes down to timings here, both towards long and in towards bathrooms. And the timings there of xsepower. Good positioning, gets Story. Now he can just sit back and hold this line. Ration has the close position in towards bathrooms. Although, that's the bomb on the low HP player, so Ration gets this kill certainly for free. And there's an extra player that's come on over. Jerry with his kill, Ration with the double. And Erostos, he was on a late lurk. He is separated from the pack. Can't get anything done. And he's going to fall to Belchinook.
Good rotation out of Jerry there. Really needed it because that gap was long and ewjerkz was looking to exploit it. But fortunately, Jerry comes up in the nick of time and he's able to bail his team out of that scenario. Really good crossfire initially. Out of PARIVISION, they're able to set themselves up, but the gap was long, and that was definitely a point of contention. Fair play to PARIVISION. They hold on, and this time it's sAw that's left wanting in the economical department. PARIVISION are really closing the gap here. They're making this incredibly competitive.
Yeah, it's just going to be within 2 rounds. That's crazy considering it was, what, 8-1?
Yeah.
Fantastic resurgence from PARIVISION. Just shows you just how doable these comebacks are in MR12. As you were highlighting before. Ooh, Teagle shot. Ooh, that is pretty. Gotta be careful now. Raysion's brought down low. xSepower just trying to get out of there with the AWP, but they are able to run down Raysion. Oh, they might be able to. They're swinging on out. It's an AWP exposed, and Aristotle has information. xSepower misses his shot, misses his opportunity, but X5, he's there. Safe pair of hands. Doing it all. In fact, swapping to the USP for another kill. Aristo's gonna come on over. But I think they've done enough. They've slowed them down. xSepower getting his kill, and the fight along with the USP. Very damaging from these pistols, but PARIVISION prevail.
That's scary, though. That is really scary how that round can instantly nearly turn on its head. But it's fortunate now for PARIVISION, you've got these players that are stepping up and rising to the problems that Saw are throwing at them. It's good we're seeing Belchnok now having support out of X5, out of xSepower, Raging chiming in with a couple of important contributions. It's much better out of this PARIVISION side, but this is the first time, in theory, we've seen a full gun round with both AWPs in play in this second half. Aragorn, okay, takes 70 points of health immediately away from himself, and he might just walk into the AWP scope.
Yeah, running through the Molotovs is a lot more punishing in CS2 than it ever used to be. Flashbang over, that's going to be way too deep to even affect xSepower, who's continuing to look on forward. Doesn't see anything. The desperation as they slink down the connector.
Oh, see, this gets awkward because you've got this aggressive stance. Again, you need Jerry. And that means there's two players here on B. Fortunately enough, they back up and they wait. Contact being taken at toilets, that'll probably keep Jerry there. But the real intent for Saw is B.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure being applied into the Molotov forward. They've got two players at long. They have to keep Jerry here for the moment. Saw have a window if they go, and I think they might have just closed. PARIVISION start to get aggressive with those players falling back from long. That allows Jerry to go on over. ewjerkz is just here by himself, and oh, it's worked. He's heard that rotation. All of that util thrown at the last second. It's given them this timing window, but they haven't budged from the defensive position. Raging on the swing, getting story. xSepower with his. And Arostas and Roman have everything to do. That's one kill and a follow-up. xSepower's AWP standing strong for 3.
So good idea in that round for Saw. The way they're going about things, though, is slightly off. And what I mean by that is you can't just throw utility and not have any players committing off the back of it. You need to have at least 1 or 2 players selling that idea further, pushing into the bomb site and making sure that these rotations are just remaining there. And you're cluttering the communication of PARIVISION. Because what happens there is you go utility B. No one's in B. Stay A. No one's there. That's all the communication is. And now suddenly you've got the AWP on the angle. You've got a player that was banked that can now push in towards front dice. You've also got Jerry that can then rotate over. It is really easy to kind of counter that. But if you have an extra player that kind of runs in, maybe gets a kill, that sells the idea a little bit more. And Saw had the manpower to do that, especially because ewjerkz had all of that range and space in towards front toilets.
Potentially being evened up here. Saw do have a little bit more into this buy than they did the last pistol buys. They've got armor on most of the folks, although lack of headies being protected. They're going straight B. Through short with pace. Flashbangs being set up by Arotose, and they're going to go over the top. And straight through short they go into Jerry, into Belchnok, and into X5. 1 kill coming through for the T side. A bomb plant. That's a potential here, if you can pick it up. And that might not be allowed as the flames come on forward. You don't want to get too overeager here and give up kills. Swing through, spotting players, but yeah, too many there to handle. And PARIVISION have done it. Even things up 10 apiece.
Did wonder what that T side would look like out of Saw, and it doesn't feel great. It doesn't look good. PARIVISION have been fantastic. You've got to give them a lot of credit for being able to bounce back in towards the second half. Saw are really struggling. And suddenly, this round, this game, it's going to fall away from them. They had 9 rounds in that first half. They gathered 1 in the second. And now Aragorn's walking wounded again by Party.
Yeah, it's insane to think what the scoreline was at one stage. And that's the sort of power that a leader like Jerry has. Able to stem the bleeding, slowly bring them back into this game. Now there's nothing slow about it. They're put up that wall, completely blockading sAw out of anything. xsepower has been fantastic on this CT side. Strikes again, 20 kills for him. I doubt that's the last he gets, even in this round.
Story was being so problematic on the CT side. He was taking a lot of engagements. He was being very aggressive. That hasn't happened on T side. The limited times he's had the AWP, this round being, again, an example of it. We're not seeing him go for these picks. xsepower's taking the space and the control. xsepower's found another one, and Raging tucked up in the smoke with one more. 4 versus 2 numbers are still here for PARIVISION. With 30 seconds left, sAw, and with no connector control, really, they've got to go A.
It wasn't even a play you kind of want to go down there. It was the full HP player. Aragorn's the one that gets the trade. You can even hear this rotation coming up, and what can you do? You know this third player is about to arrive. You can't even get in. The AWP fires off. That HE is going to maybe get the kill. No, okay, Aragorn does get one, and Felschnock tucked on through. Doesn't even really have to think about that one. It's free, and it's PARIVISION in the lead. Not something I expected to be saying in this map at any stage.
It's probably them going up to map point as well. Take a look at this money. sAw call a timeout, but you got to have Tech 9s at your absolute maximum. I don't think you can force into this. I feel like you've got to play for OT. And PARIVISION will therefore probably have 3 chances to try and close if they are able to take this round. And by the trajectory and by the way the game's been going, you expect them to claim it pretty decisively. The only thing that's really worked for sAw is probably these faster plays going up through connector and splitting through toilets. I think that's the design you got to take this round rather than through short to B. That has not worked when you've changed the pace.
Yeah, one of the best looking round outside of the one that they won was the round where they had just pistols. So there was no armor. They just went for that fast banana play, had the control towards connector, and overwhelmed. Gun rounds have been a struggle. Bombardment. And xsepower again. Not even having to do anything too flashy, just sitting on the angle, hitting the shot when the body flies at him. Gives him the advantage early, allows the rotation to come on back. Not even really having to sweat.
It's actually worrying how far forward he is on his own there. But fair enough. 22 kills, you feel like you've got all the confidence in the world. PARIVISION thought it was going to be a faster play towards B, that's why they had the extra personnel. Now they're here. Nades blows open the smoke, but it's a Rosnos with the Deagle. Suddenly they're trying to get in here, but it's Jerry and xsepower once more, locking the door behind them. However, the Deagle of a Rosnos is singing, but xsepower, he's that much more deadlier on the AWP. There's the 12th, and there's map point for PARIVISION.
Another triple kill coming through as well. Map point, not serious. We're on the first map of this series. So worry not, plenty of action to come. This is amazing from PARIVISION. Honestly, it's just lights up. Hard to fault. I think the main criticism is really for sAw's layout of these rounds.
They've won 9 out of the last 10 on CT side, PARIVISION.
Thing is, I feel like PARIVISION, like, they're getting a lot of the opening kills, but it's not because they're hunting for them. It's because the kills have just come to them.
Yeah, there's a lot of kills in isolation as well, something that we didn't see on the CT side of sAw. They were very much operating as a unit. This one feels a little bit disjointed. Raging, speaking of being disjointed yet again, tasked with the responsibility. It's just one player for PARIVISION up A. AWP starts B. But sAw, by creeping round and not making any noise, Rage is going to have no intel on this.
Oh, great barrage of utility there. Trying to punish the timing of pushing through. This is a good round from sAw. They've got the opener over towards B. Great spam on through. No information for PARIVISION either. And look at sAw. They're on the A bomb site. Finally, they've found the breakthrough they've been looking for this entire half. Bombs planted. They have the advantage. And PARIVISION, they can't go for this. They need this money. Despite this dominating CT side, they lose this and they lose all their players. They are in the bin.
That's so wild. That's a repeat of a round that sAw have been trying to bring out for a couple, but this time they've got the personnel behind it. They got a Rosdos with the spam, and the nade that blows open the smoke enabled him to get that kill in the first place. And just by getting that kill, look at what it did to the rotations. It delayed them by 3-4 seconds. Raging out long. He can't be playing long there on his own, because you've got too many angles to watch out for. And as a result, you just can't see anything. You cannot see a thing. That's a freebie. That's a really easy round for sAw to win.
It would be classic to now get 2 in a row and force it to overtime after struggling to find anything on this T side. PARIVISION may as well use this one. No reason not to. Get another one as you go into OT if you do end up there. But you know this should be yours. All the maths adds up. All these CT sides. It's been looking so much better for you. The odds are in your favor. Kept the 3 alive, as mentioned, necessary. You can see they've had to spend all of their money on that utility. Got everything they need. Same can be said on both sides. Can sAw repeat the success they just found?
Thing is, I don't think PARIVISION will give them that space, that luxury, because that round was basically given to them on a silver platter. They didn't have to work for it. Now this is a round in which you imagine PARIVISION are going to tighten up the defense. Immediately, look, you've got xsepower coming over now with Raging. It's going to be a completely different style of round. And it's these defaulty ones in which PARIVISION will be having more success. Early presence over towards Connector and Short. sAw take the space.
Paragon's able to get in pretty comfortably. Gets ahead of all the utility and wants to catch a timing. Swinging out through Jackson. I thought they get a kill apiece. X5 only good for 1 and Jerry, he's stealing the pressure. This pacing towards B, it started strong. Bomb already being planted. Jerry just wants to deny. Coming over the top, trying to do it all and always found the kill. Aragon though did find another. Jerry trying to single-handedly get them into this, but sAw, they can taste overtime. It's on to xsepower. He has been everything for PARIVISION. But now he has to find a triple kill once again in the 1 versus 3, and he can't quite do it. Overtime required. sAw with a resurgence at the tail end.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Coming out from sAw. Back-to-back rounds they pick up. And it's just the aggression. This time they're moving as a unit. Trade spacing immaculate. And as a result, they're able to get these kills. PARIVISION completely out of their depth over towards B. Jerry trying his best to cause chaos, but it completely shuts it down. And you now look at the face of things here. A best of 6 overtime. You get 1 T round. I feel like you've won the map.
Yeah, it definitely feels that way with how these halves have gone. 9 CT rounds apiece. Power peering on through the connector. He is the only one on the A side of the map.
Yeah.
The only one. It's a 4-player lean towards B. Perhaps expecting sAw to run things back after the success they just found, but quickly gonna get the information. No one is here, although you don't have that short control. Aradose on the other side. xsepower catches the timing. And he's escaping. Oh, Aradose gets both on the push. xsepower with a quick flick back. Keeps in the 3 versus 3. He's put on ice. The flames come from behind. Ration up on the side. Spots one of Flowers spamming on through. It's desperation and it can't connect. But Jerry can. Through the smoke drops Roman. And a 2 versus 2. The bomb being planted. Flames on 4, but Jerks standing behind them. And Story through the smoke, through the wall, leaves it onto xsepower. 2 kills in the round already and Jerks is close. Are you gonna be ready? He is. What a shot. And he has time to work with, has the kit. Story has him locked in though, holding down Bank. xsepower has to cross past this. No way. Not on this angle. You're not ready for it. And Story hits his shot. There's that T round. What
is going on? What is this round of Counter-Strike I'm looking at? PARIVISION have got 4 players down B that want to go for an aggressive play. Sure. Arostos has got control in towards short. He hears them burst out monster. No one communicates about connector, which gives xsepower room to move. And then somehow still Arostos finds 2 kills. xsepower gets the trade. It's chaotic. It's a mess. And yet sAw are able to win it out. I feel like PARIVISION are really overplaying some of these rounds. They're really showing off their hands. You make the decision to run in towards monster. You understand you got that space. There isn't immediate rotates. They take the extra time. And that's what costs them. 2 in connector now for PARIVISION. It's so weird.
xsepower draws first blood though. Catches Story on that aggressive peek in towards short. Now he's the one getting aggressive. Roman might be given something. No, Rasian makes sure there's nothing he can find. Aragorn getting flanked from every angle. Almost gets a second. Couldn't quite get it done though. Ward arrives. ewjerkz, good swing, good drop. Don't let this one slip. You got a 2-man advantage. Ooh, spotted. Arostos sees the cross of the AWP. And xsepower, oh, he's under pressure and misses the slot shot. That was the opportunity. And now it's a 2 versus 2. The bomb comes on forward, being planted. Jerry drops on down. Good utility forward. Jerry's so close. That flashbang is going to get in his face, but he gets the kill. ewjerkz finds his, and it's a 1 versus 5. 24 for ewjerkz as well. He's been having a resurgence. X5 just defusing, sticking it. Oh, no, he doesn't. He hears that running forward, gets off the bomb. If he just stuck, it was his, and ewjerkz has seen him run away. Can charge around the corner now. X5 is sticking it this time. No, he gets off it again. ewjerkz is just dancing. How many times are you gonna fake? Oh, ewjerkz plays him like a fiddle, and it's a song that sings joy for the Portuguese squad.
PARIVISION, it feels like they've... Oh, it's so painful to watch, honestly. It feels like they've kind of burst all of their energy into getting into this position for it to be overtime. They had so many chances to try and close this map and they couldn't. And now when the pressure is up against them, sAw find 2 crucial T rounds. It's a 4 versus 2. It's a 2-player advantage. It shouldn't be in that vein. But yet again, isolated kills. It means that sAw have the success. Final round. One that PARIVISION desperately need. And they're working with very limited utility.
But they are working with double AWPs. Jerry gets one out, so I can only support that. He's fired it off early as well, and that's given them information there's an AWP on B. I don't think you're ever expecting xsepower to have his AWP over towards A.
Good spot. That's smart. Arostos has seen both of those players at Monster. They know it's aggressive. You can play on this fact as well. You know it's going to be a deep line. You know these players are going to be burrowed in. You can have diligent clears here. And as a result, B will be open once you deal with the aggressive monster and aggressive short player.
If you remember, there's literally no one on B. In fact, there isn't. The X5 does walk back in towards short. Belcher not. Oh, guess 1 kill. Almost a double. He might have just done enough. They're going to come quickly through short. Great smoke as well from X5. That's going to give the space to get in through. He can sit up on top as well. Jerry's AWP gets a kill. And this is looking like their CT round. 2 versus 4. They've done it before, but this time looking unlikely. It's all in a Story. Good initial kill. Can't quite hit the flick under the second. So PARIVISION will get 1 on their CT side, but honestly, that does not feel like enough.
Nice round out of PARIVISION, though. As soon as Belchnok screams over that intel, it's a very forward smoke drop by X5 to get him in a position. It funnels sAw into Jerry's AWP as well. It's very well handled by PARIVISION. But you're right, they just needed that round, and they've got it. They've given themselves a lifeline to work with, but we know how aggressive sAw were being on this CT side, but that was read into right at the tail end. Think back to some of the rounds that PARIVISION were winning. They were holding for this aggression.
aggression is coming as well. Roman Ford is going to peek on through, throw out that utility. AAA full setup as well for sAw. Just going into OT, you have that extra bit of money, so get the slightly more expensive A4 versus the A1S. PARIVISION making their intentions clear to us, at least, as we look at that mini-map. The bomb outside of B, 3 players over here. L2 having a bit of a poke and prod over towards A. Yeah, not a lot of ground being taken from PARIVISION just yet. Playing this one very slow.
Re-smoking Monster as well comes in at a good time. The thing is with PARIVISION, they've got no connector control, which is huge. Would need to be taking that fight, need to win it out, but no, instead, Aragorn gets it. And look at this, ewjerkz now feels incentivized to take space in towards short. And PARIVISION are going to rush the play out Monster.
Dashnock gets his kill. ewjerkz tries to step in, and he's brought very low, but does get away. Roman finishes the job as well, coming in from the connector. Keeping the advantage there, and PARIVISION a pin, 30 seconds left, and they're just outside Monster. Story's coming with the AWP, he's not even been needed yet. You have 3 players on the side and 1 in connector. Everyone is here, 20 seconds, the go signal comes in, but a missed shot. Adolthose gets his, and ewjerkz in through short. Cuts them down, xsepower, this will be quite the clutch. And he's not being given the opportunity, not even gonna get away. His body goes flying as 15 is found for sAw.
Yeah, again, it's just having lack of control for PARIVISION. Absolutely nothing in towards connector, nothing in towards short water. As your party player wants to try and take space, that means that quick trades aren't really afforded on towards connector, and it also means that Roman can just walk down there for free because he knows that no one from PARIVISION was there. Pretty awkward design of that round. And it just feels like it is completely crumbled away from PARIVISION. It is out of their hands. It is up to sAw to make mistakes to allow PARIVISION back in the fight.
2 opportunities now, though, to take the map, and it's aggression early. Story's AWP fires off. X5 brought low, double nades. Oh, they're going to go over the edge, though. Story repositioned towards Killer. Sorry, Rostos did. Either way, shrapnel is dodged. This time around, you've shown all this aggression early. You've taken space in towards short. You've kept sAw on their toes, and now back towards A they go.
This is better. You need to get past Roman in long toilets. And he might be overlooked. This round feels familiar. Raging was the player out here for PARIVISION last time around, but this time they take the fight to Roman. He finds one, and he's the early warning signal. Now it's up to sAw to rotate over. You've got to be worried about long here if you're Story.
Great aggression, though. Adolthose gets the kill and gets the information. No one at B at the moment. Now, he gets to stick around because obviously connected, they can come back through, but heavy commitment from PARIVISION. This is going to be A, and look at the defense. 3 players here. Thanks to that information gathered earlier, Story gets his shot. It's all onto Jerry and xsepower to get this gun. ewjerkz is jumping behind the truck, swings on out. Aragorn's there with the shot, and xsepower, he might have had a fantastic game, but it's Story that closes this one out for sAw, 16-13.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, really, for PARIVISION. And sAw win the map. We always thought they were going to win it, just not quite in that manner and the way that we expected them to, especially when it goes 9-3 at the